The world of the Shelby family, that gritty, razor-sharp empire built on the smoke-filled streets of post-war Birmingham, is far from over. Just when fans thought the tale of Tommy Shelby and his razor-capped crew had reached its zenith with the original six-season run of Peaky Blinders and the forthcoming movie, word has come that the legacy is expanding once more. Netflix, the streaming giant that has become synonymous with bold, character-driven epics, has greenlit a full-fledged spin-off series. And not just one season, 2 full seasons have been ordered right out of the gate, promising a deep dive into the next evolution of this iconic British crime dynasty. Picture this. It's 1953, a mere decade after the events that will unfold in the upcoming film Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. Britain is clawing its way back from the devastation of World War II. The Luftwaffe's relentless bombings have left scars across the landscape, but in Birmingham, the heart of the industrial Midlands, there's a fierce determination to rebuild. Concrete and steel rise like defiant monuments, symbolizing not just reconstruction but a rebirth fraught with ambition, betrayal, and bloodshed. The logline for this new series captures it perfectly. A city reborn from the ashes of the Birmingham Blitz, where the massive reconstruction projects become a battleground for power. It's a contest of mythical proportions, where old grudges fester and new alliances form in the shadows. At the epicenter? The Shelby family, of course, still the blood-soaked pulse of it all. This isn't merely a continuation, it's a reinvention. The original Peaky Blinders, created by Stephen Knight, transported viewers to the gritty underbelly of 1920s Birmingham, where Irish gypsy Thomas Shelby, played with magnetic intensity by Cillian Murphy, rose from a traumatized World War I veteran to a ruthless kingpin. The series blended historical fiction with operatic drama, weaving in real events like the Shelbys' betting empire, political machinations, and the ever-present specter of violence. It ended in 2022 after 6 seasons, leaving fans hungry for more as Tommy rode off into an uncertain future, his health ravaged by war wounds and personal demons. The movie, filmed last year, picks up during the Birmingham Blitz of 1940 to 1943, with Murphy reprising his role as Tommy returns home to undertake clandestine wartime missions against the Nazis. Joined by a powerhouse cast including Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Roth, Stephen Graham, Sophie Rundle, and Barry Keoghan, The Immortal Man promises to bridge the gap, exploring Tommy's wartime heroics and the toll it takes on his soul. But the spin-off? That's where the true handoff happens. Set in 1953, it shifts the spotlight to a new generation of Shelbys. Who are these heirs to the throne? The casting remains under wraps for now, a tantalizing mystery that has speculation running wild among fans. Will we see the children of Arthur, John, or even Tommy stepping up? Perhaps a fresh face embodying the cunning and charisma that defined their forebears. What we do know is that each season will consist of 6 60-minute episodes, shot on location in the very streets of Birmingham that birthed the legend. This authenticity isn't just logistical, it's thematic. Knight, the visionary behind the franchise, has always rooted his stories in the soil of his hometown, drawing from family lore and historical grit to craft a world that feels lived in and lethal. Knight's excitement is palpable in his official statement. "I'm thrilled to be announcing this new chapter in the Peaky Blinders story. Once again it will be rooted in Birmingham and will tell the story of a city rising from the ashes of the Birmingham Blitz. The new generation of Shelbys have taken the wheel and it will be a hell of a ride." There's a poetic symmetry here. The original series began in the aftermath of the Great War, with shell-shocked soldiers turning to crime amid economic despair. Now, post-World War II, the Shelbys face a different beast: reconstruction. The 1950s were a time of austerity in Britain, rationing lingering like a bad hangover, but also one of hope. The Festival of Britain in 1951 celebrated innovation, while the welfare state under Clement Attlee promised a fairer society. Yet, in Knight's hands, this optimism twists into something darker: a brutal contest where opportunity and danger collide. Imagine the visual feast: bombed-out factories giving way to modernist towers, the clang of hammers on girders underscoring tense standoffs in smoky pubs. The Shelbys, ever the opportunists, would undoubtedly eye the reconstruction contracts, lucrative deals doled out by a corrupt council ripe for infiltration. Rival gangs, perhaps Italian immigrants or resurgent fascists, could vie for control, echoing the ethnic tensions of the original. And let's not forget the women. Sophie Rundle's Ada Shelby, who rose to political prominence, might mentor the next wave, or perhaps a new matriarch emerges, razor in her garter and ledger in her hand. Murphy's involvement as executive producer ensures continuity. His fingerprints will guide the tone, that intoxicating mix of Heath Ledger-esque brooding and Scorsese-level machismo. The franchise's appeal has always transcended mere gangster tropes. Peaky Blinders is a meditation on trauma, class warfare, and the immigrant experience, wrapped in a soundtrack that spans Nick Cave to the White Stripes. Its global fanbase, from London hipsters to LA executives, craves the Shelbys' unapologetic swagger. The movie's delay, no release date yet, only heightens anticipation, but this spin-off announcement feels like a masterstroke. 2 seasons locked in means Netflix is betting big, perhaps eyeing a shared universe with more offshoots. A prequel on the real Peaky Blinders gang of the 1910s, or a stateside venture following Jewish gangsters in New York. Historically, Birmingham's post-war era was transformative. The city, once the workshop of the world, lost over 2,000 lives in the Blitz and saw thousands of homes destroyed. Reconstruction brought the Bull Ring shopping center and Spaghetti Junction, but also urban decay and racial strife. Night, a Brummie through and through, will likely infuse these realities. Labor strikes, black market dealings, and the shadow of decolonization as Commonwealth migrants arrive. The Shelbys, with their gypsy roots and anti-authority bent, could clash with establishment forces, perhaps MI5 agents sniffing around their wartime secrets. For Cillian Murphy, this is poetic justice. After Oppenheimer's Oscar glory, he's the perfect shepherd for the franchise's future. His Tommy was a tragic anti-hero, charming yet cursed, loving yet lethal. The spin-off's new leads will have big boots to fill, but with Knight's pen and Birmingham's grit, they'll carve their own path. As the Shelbys say by order of the Peaky Blinders, this ride is just beginning. Fans, sharpen your razors. 1953 awaits.